Wow, okay, this is my long-awaited Q&A video for 10,000 subscribers. And if this goes out and before I actually reach 10,000 subscribers, which I really doubt because this won't be out until maybe early February, very late January. I'm mostly doing this early because I don't even have 10,000 subscribers yet. The only reason why I'm doing this early is because I have college starting soon again, and I'm going to be going on a hiatus, whatever. I'm going to be going on a break either way, for 4 months to finish my last semester, um, at my community college, and then I'm going to be coming back for the summer of 2023 with no new projects that I can think of. I'll just be rinse repeating this same process over and over again. So, I did get a lot of questions, mostly from the same account by the same person. If you're watching this, you know who you are. So let's get this started. Okay, we're starting now. This is gonna take me so long. They spammed my community post with questions. Thank you, by the way, you a real one. You know who you are. Um, did you sleep today? I did. I got a good 7 hours. Do you sleep with a gun under your pillow? Not yet. Do you know of any anomalies? I might. Are you an anomaly? That I don't know. I do not have the self actualization or self realization to think about stuff like that. Are you in possession of any anomalies? Not that you know of. Are you lying about any of the above? I don't know. Do you know of any people that are anomalies? No, I do not. Do you know of anyone in possession of anomalies? No. Do you intend to become an anomaly or come into possession of an anomaly? Maybe. Do you believe anomalies are deserving of humane treatment? I believe that depends on how we classify them as sentient creatures, whether they have the ability to be conscious, to be moral, and to be empathetic. Why are you keeping 12 gallons of heavy water stored under your house? Quarantine. In real life, are you really dominant in nature? Plus, do you have a boyfriend? If yes, then is he submissive or not? Um, I mean, let me look up the definition of dominant for a second because I don't want to pull a definition out of my ass. I wouldn't say I'm dominant because I feel like I am not experienced in anything to take that title. I think what I am more so than anything is aggressive. I'm very aggressive and I'm and I'm loud and I'm very boisterous and stuff like that. Do I and I do I think this is the first time that someone has actually asked me if I had a boyfriend, that didn't know me. I do not have a boyfriend. If I did, I would prefer him to be submissive, but if he's not, then I'm not going to that's not a deal breaker, basically. We'll, find a common ground, some gray area. I'm pretty much laid back in real life. I genuinely do not give a shit what someone does as long as it does not affect me in any negative way. So I'm more aggressive than dominant. Some people can correlate those two since people tend to believe that aggression comes with dominance and dominance comes with aggression. That's not always true. So there's your answer. There's your answer. Why are your gardening tools in your closet? Just in case someone wants to fuck around and find out. Do you violently cut up your sandwiches? Yes, I like to reenact scenes from Sausage Party. Who is your favorite subscriber? I feel like this shit is setting me up. To be fair, I only know a few of my subscribers, because of my Discord. Go join that, by the way. I'm not going to say which one I have, or if I have any. I might. But even if I did, I'm not going to say because I feel like that would be very unfair and I would put a target on their back. So I'm not going to do that. Do you keep a knife next to your toilet? No, but I do keep my toilet next to my knife. Do you like cheese? I love cheese. Do you sleep with a knife under your pillow? I do not sleep with a knife under my pillow, but I do have a knife under my dresser because I put that there like 4 years ago and I never took it back out. So if that counts, then that counts. Why are you keeping your bananas next to your frozen peas? I want something to suck on sometimes late at night. That's why. Don't judge me. Have you checked to see if I'm under your bed? I have not, But if you are, can you give my shoes a bit of a dusting? Because they're kind of dusty. I haven't been under there in like several years. Are you concerned about the mental well being of the FBI agent watching you? Um, well, I wouldn't say I'm not concerned, considering some things that I've pulled up on my computer have been questionable at best. So, yes and no. I would strongly recommend therapy, but I'm not going to enforce it. Would you date said FBI agent? I could, maybe. Even if he's an old man, shit, I'll go for that too. I don't care. Did you drink water today? Fuck off. Will you do a continuation of the Yandere twins video? I'm gonna be real, I do not remember what series that was, but when I find out, I will let you know. Did you forget to drink water today? Yes. Yes, I did. The only thing I've drunk today, has been apple juice and hot chocolate. So, are you annoyed by all these questions I've asked? Hell no, I love being asked questions. Are these enough questions? No, never enough questions. Are you terrified of milk? Sometimes. Sometimes. Sometimes when I drink milk, like, I'm not lactose intolerant, but I feel like after I say this, people will call me lactose intolerant. But I feel like after I drink milk sometimes, I get the shits, bro, that it makes me question whether I'm lactose intolerant, even though I am not. So sometimes milk does scare me because of its properties. Milk is very powerful. Will you make lewd hand-holding content? Some of my viewers are under the age of 18, some, not all, but some, so I will have to save that for a Patreon or OnlyFans for the handholding, for the premarital lewd handholding, unfortunately. So you will have to pay for that. Will you make a Mafia boss video? I did do something like that. I think I did a Mafia heir, meeting a Mafia heir at a party, a Shy Mafia heir at party video. I think I did something like that like a year or two ago. I would like to do something like that again. I would probably refurbish the script I did for that one video and just remaster it as something else. Can you see me outside your window? I can, and you look absolutely lovely today. What is in your fridge? Ironically enough, nothing is in my fridge right now because I'm getting a new one because my current one broke. Will you make a Kuderi listener video? Um, well, by the time this has gone out, I have in fact made a Kudere listener video. So yes, the answer is yes, I will and I have. Do you keep yanderes chained up in your closet? I do because I like to release them on people when they piss me off. I'm inside your fridge right now and I'd like to know why you're keeping a pineapple in your freezer. You're not supposed to know about the pineapples, so don't mention the pineapple again. Don't do that. Do you push a couch against your door to keep out the train monster? If I had a couch in my room, yes, but the train monster and I are very good friends, and he's actually really sweet. I'd fuck him. Or a Don Dairy listener video. Um, I don't know. Well, I could make a Don Dairy listener video. I could do that this summer probably, after this goes out and after I'm done with my semester. I could do that. So yes, I probably will. Your video was amazing. It was funny. Thank you. Not a question, but thank you. It's always appreciated. What about a Bakadere listener video? If I'm remembering correctly, aren't Bakuderes people or characters who like dumb characters? Like characters who are fuck all stupid? Like, am I correct? I'm probably in the ballpark, but whatever. Have you noticed the creepy letters I left in your microwave? Yes, I have, and I will politely ask you to stop doing that because it is concerning my mother. Thank you. Are you secretly watching every single subscriber you have? I have. I know what each and every single one of y'all have done. You should be ashamed. Will you make your subscribers compete compete in a battle royale with rusty spoons as weapons and make me watch? I I feel like the way that this question, quote unquote question, is worded, it makes it seem like some sort of fetish or kink or some sort of sexual connotation, but in that case, yes, I will. Your voice is nice. Thank you. Thank you. Not a question, but thank you. It's always appreciated. Do you keep a tank like an M1A1 Abrams in your fridge? I do. That's probably why my fridge broke. What about chaining them up in your basement and making them watch your videos on repeat for 4 months straight? I don't remember the context. These questions are probably out of order anyway. Whoever it is that you're referring to, if they were chained up in a basement and forced to watch my videos for 4 months straight, I think they would I would rather waterboard them. Like, if I was them, I would be like, "Yo, just waterboard me or something." I would rather be waterboarded than watch my videos. Uh, that'd be funny, though. What world of fiction would you want to live in? Anime, cartoon, etc. If you're talking individual world, I'm gonna go with anime of some kind. Maybe something like a slice of life anime or something like that, because any other anime would be filled with so many issues that I just don't want to deal with. Like if I chose, like for instance, Jujutsu Kaisen, I would have to deal with curses and shit. It doesn't even matter if I'm a sorcerer or a citizen or whatever. I don't want to have to deal with that and like risk being blown up to bits in a fight. So probably a slice of life anime world some type. I don't have any examples off the top of my head because I don't usually watch those, but they seem chill enough to make a living without, dying an unnatural death. You know what I'm saying? Will you make a self-aware yandere video that gradually devolves into insanity while brutally stabbing on other yanderes? Um, I wasn't, but I might, considering this this seems like a battle royale in of itself. You're giving me a very good, giving me a lot of good ideas. Thank you, SCP Foundation. It's very much appreciated. Um, will you do an 8-hour lolly voice video where you act like a mafia interrogator and demand answers for various nonsensical questions while holding the listener at shotgun point? Everything else, besides the lolly voice, is doable. Like, I could do that. As for the lolly voice itself, I do not think I have the ability to make a convincing lolly voice, only because my voice does not naturally go that high. Like, I can do one and I can sustain it, but it doesn't sound like a like a typical like lolly voice that you would hear in like voiceovers or anime or whatever. So it sounds pretty good for what I can do, but in comparison, it's pretty average. Are all of your audios improv written by you or are some from public scripts or commissions? Well, surprisingly enough, I write all my scripts or I improv them. A lot of the tsundere ones or the ramble-esque ones are usually improv. So any video of mine that is, let's say, above the 8-minute mark is more likely improved than written because my brain only works for so long and I can only write a script so long. It's easier for me to ramble on than it is for me to write a coherent script. I have never used public scripts and I've never been commissioned a script before that I've actually used. I've written a script for a fellow VA friend of mine before, and that was the first script I ever wrote for someone else, and I actually filled it myself on my channel and he filled it on his. But otherwise everything that you hear me say, like all of the videos that I've done, the concepts, the characters, everything, that's that's me. That's all me. All me. I do everything. I do all of that. How do you get your yandere ideas? I sit in front of my computer and I hope and I pray for an idea to bestow itself upon me. Is your voice acting self-taught or did you learn from a school or someone? I am I am a self-taught voice actor, actress, whatever. I don't care which way it is. I don't know if this amounts to anything, but when I was younger, I did take voice lessons, vocal lessons for a good few years. And obviously I stopped because I no longer lived near the place where I took vocal lessons. But otherwise, I do not, I have not taken any lessons from anyone else on how to voice act. I've done it myself. I'm in fact self-taught, yes. Do you know how utterly convincing you sound as a yandere? It's so beautiful and magnetic. Ah, shit, you got me blushing and shit. Um, on a real note, yes, I do to a degree. I do know that I make a convincing yandere because I'm batshit crazy. Um, well, okay, to a degree. I'm not this is everything I do is a work of fiction. I don't condone any of the actions that I that I talk about in my videos. Otherwise, Yeah, I do know. I'm aware. I actually one of my first videos that I ever did that was popular enough was a yandere video, and I just ran with it from there, and even though I'm not a sole yandere channel like some people's are, like, I know Lovesick VA mostly does yandere videos, and Yandere ASMR does mostly yandere videos, obviously. Even though I'm not like a channel like those, I still use yandere as my main niche because it's the thing that gets me the most views and the most engagement, and then I sprinkle in other popular tropes as well. I think tsundere is my second most popular anime archetype trope that I do. Um, that's really the yeah. Yeah, I know, thank you. If there is an answer to everything in the universe, is there an answer to why the universe has an answer to everything? I am not smart enough to answer this question. Do you watch anime? If you do, who's your favorite anime villain? Okay, I'm gonna go classic on this. My favorite villain, anime villain, or anime antagonist, whichever, would probably have to lie in Naruto's Akatsuki. Like they are classic, and I could be biased because Naruto was one of my was my first anime. Was It's so classic, my lord. The Akatsuki definitely had me in a chokehold when I was 12, 13 years old. So I'm gonna have to say them for old time's sake. I don't really keep track of any other antagonists or anti-villains or villains. A close second, I believe, would be like Gato from One Punch Man. I think he's neat. I don't read manga, so I don't know what he's up to these days in the manga. I only know what's going on in the anime adaptation. But I think Gato's pretty cool. I know the Akatsuki are cool as shit too. And I was kind of sad that they all got killed off. But they're probably the ones that stand out the most in my head because they are they're the ones who fuck words, can I please use them? They're the ones that stood out to me the most. They're the ones who made the biggest impressions on me. Are you planning on doing more series type of audios, i.e., the Yandere twins, breaking up with the Yandere, things like that? I am when I get the ideas for him. Like I like making series, I do. My whole thing is I have a hard time coming up with ways to make it look like a proper continuation of a video because what I used to do um a year or two ago was I used to put the same thumbnail and then I would just put a part 1, a part 2, part 3 or finale on the thumbnail. And that was fine. But then it started becoming monotonous and started becoming very droll and very dry. So I switched up my thumbnail making game, which I think has been a really good success. And then I came up with the answer of, oh, I should just link the parts in the descriptions. So that makes sense. So you don't have to look through my channel or look through my playlist to find, part 1 or part 2 or like the previous or next part. You could just go in the description and boom, they're right there. So that's what I realized I completely did not answer your question. Yes, I am planning to make more series when and if I come up with the ideas of them. Yes. And I'm also contemplating remaking some of the series because my voice acting like 2 years ago, like December 2019 was when I started, um, was shit. It was pure and utter shit. What inspired you to do ASMR? And in that regards, why yanderes also? Oh boy. Okay, so I think it's safe to say that I think I am better at things than I actually am. So, like, I think I can do things a lot better than how I actually do them. So, before I got into being quote unquote VA, a YouTube VA, and doing work like that, I thought that my acting was Johnny Depp level. Like, my voice acting was Johnny Depp level. I thought I was the shit dog. And so when I got my first microphone, I ran with it. I made my YouTube channel. I made it look all pretty. I put the work into it and I started making the videos. And then the more I started, getting into, my comfort zone and my little tiny like box that I'm currently in my channel, I realized that yanderes are something that not that I can relate to, but voice acting wise, I feel like I could pull off better than, let's say, a Dondere because I don't really have the voice, the vocal tone to be like a little soft Dondere, soft spoken, very shy. My voice is rough or rougher than that. My voice is very loud. It's it's a bit screeching sometimes. It's deep, it's not like that. So, and even though yanderes don't have to have a voice like that, like when they snap, when they kill someone, when they do something like that, um, I think vocal wise, I can relate to that better. So that's why I chose yanderes as my niche. And because the trope itself is very interesting, killing someone else for their love, for their crush, whatever. That was just a interesting concept that I wanted to explore more so. And once I did, I didn't look back. Are you real? I'm not. I'm a hallucination. Surprise, bitch. Do you ever feel awkward recording these audios? Yeah, well, not always. It depends on what exactly it is that I'm doing and what exactly and the content that I'm recording. Like for instance, if any of you even care to notice, I do not ever incorporate. Am I saying that right? Whatever. I do not ever include kissing in my audios. I never go, Mwah. I don't do I don't do that because it's so like I can appreciate people who do that because some people makes like smut audios and NSFW audios just by themselves, just literally by like using whatever it is that they do. They don't even have to have real sex to make the audio sound convincing, and I respect that because I listen to that too, and I am indeed a consumer of that. But me personally, I don't know. I can't bring myself to do it. Like for me to like make out with my hand or just to kiss my hand like I did just then, it's so I have such an aversion to me doing it myself that it's not an issue, but I feel like eventually people will be like, "Oh, well, why don't you ever do like a lovey-dovey audio where like you're actually, kissing and stuff like." I'll be like, "No, cuz it's so awkward for me, bro. Like what if like someone walks into my room just to see me Frenching my hand? That'd be I don't even know what I would say. I mean, yeah, I'm doing it for the content, but like I don't know what else to do. So so basically long story short, no, I don't feel awkward doing most of the audios that I do, reading most of the scripts that I do. It's only when you get more into the romantic aspect that I can kind of shirk away from it because I'm not the romantic type naturally IRL. I'm not the romantic type. I'm not that sentimental. So any act of romance like kissing, hugging is good. I like hugging, but like kissing or like sounding like I'm going to kiss someone in my audio is just a no-go. It's a no-go. I'm sorry. What really started you into ASMR? I think I already touched into it briefly in a previous question, but basically I thought I was the bomb at voice acting, so that's how. What are some of your hobbies? I write. That's about it. What is your favorite theme for ASMR? Any theme that can make me go batshit crazy, and any theme that requires the least amount of editing. What advice would you give to any new ASMR artists? I don't know if I have the experience to give advice to newbies, but if I were to, invest in a good mic. A new mic changes, like the quality of like unless your content is uh kind of made to not have a good quality mic, like it's grainy, it's crackly, whatever, then that's one thing. But if you want to sound like professional quote unquote, if you want to sound good, then invest in a new mic. And also, for newbies, if you do want to start, invest in a mic most importantly, and you do not need a lot of expensive software or editing programs to make good videos, because the things that I use to make videos that have done me pretty well, everything that I've used so far has been literally free. Audacity and an audio software is really good and it's free. OBS is free and it's really good. OpenShot I use for editing on my computer. It's a little janky, but it's free and it's good for beginners. Canva I use for my thumbnails, free version. I use them, it works. So you do not have to invest a lot of money that you may or may not have into videos that you could easily make just as good with free shit. So, have a nice day, Ruby, and hope all goes well. Stay safe and healthy out there. Well, consider this was a year ago. Thank you. You too. Thank you for the questions. What's one of your favorite things about doing ASMR? Anyway, I hope you're doing well, Ruby. Love the channel. Thank you very much. I hope I'm doing well. Thank you. I hope you are too. My favorite things about, I think being able to, even though a lot of the feelings that I express in these videos are not real, it's acting. I still find it very relieving to be able to express emotions that I do not naturally have. And by naturally, I don't mean like I'm emotional. I'm not trying to be like edgy or something, but like a lot of the times that like a lot of the videos I feel like about, me not feeling good enough in some videos, or like me, rambling on about a crush I have, stuff like that. Like, I don't actually feel those things in real life. Like, those are not things that I feel at all because I don't have the facilitates to. But to be able to express it is fun. One, what type of music do you listen to? Two, what video games do you like to play in general? For one, I like to listen to J-pop. J-pop, I think, is one of my most popular. Second would be funk, because I've gone into that more recently. And then three, I guess, is like pop, indie rock, whatever. And then for two, anything that's free. I'm also a sucker for visual novels. I love visual novels. I actually wanted to try to make a visual novel, but again, I don't have the resources to. So, when can we expect a new ASMR video? Well, considering that this was a year ago and I was probably taking a 4-month break doing absolutely nothing, I'll answer it in the now. You can expect a new video when I'm done with my semesters. So, sometime around maybe May, June. What is your favorite game you play with friends? I don't play with friends that much, but, well, no, that's a lie. I do. Roblox. I've gotten into Roblox a lot the past, 6 months. So, Roblox would probably be the number one. Favorite type of ASMR roleplay? I think I answered this before, yandere. What type of dere would you choose to be? Also, do you know how good your videos are? I fell asleep to one of them while listening at night. Also, this is random, but Spider-Man or AOT, who would win in a fight? What type of dere would you choose to be? I wouldn't want to be something as extreme, like on the extreme cases, like a yandere is very extreme in emotions. Kudere is very extreme on the opposite side of that. Dondere is also very extreme in shyness and asocialness. I think I would want to be somewhere in the middle. I don't want to be like a man. Let me look up dairy types. I want to look on the dairy fandom Wikipedia because I don't know. I think maybe I would want to be a tsundere. I pretty much am a tsundere already. I'm aggressive and I tend to use not violence. Like, I don't hit people. I don't do that. But I tend to use verbal aggression to kind of, throw people off my emotional trail if I were to be emotional, because I don't like when people know what I'm feeling or want to know what I'm feeling. So I use verbal aggression as a way to kind of to make them averse to it, So I think more than anything, I'm a tsundere. So I think that's a happy medium. Like, even though some tsunderes are very, very, very violent in their sunness. I'm looking at you, Taiga. I'm not like that. I don't hit people. I don't do any of that. I only say some out of pocket shit that at the very least is very questionable. So, also, oh yeah, as for your second part, considering you didn't give me a specific character from AOT, I'm just assuming that you mean the entire verse of Attack on Titan, which in that case, I think I kind of agree with the reply. I think Spider-Man would win. Only because Peter Parker is not a descendant of Ymir. So he's not affected by literally anything. And not to mention, he has crazy physical strength. So he could probably knock out at least like a 15-meter Titan with a one punch. And, his webs are pretty strong. So I think Spider-Man would probably win, without a doubt. He'd win the entire verse. I don't care. When is the Seito Dairy series getting a sequel? Well, considering this was over a year ago and the Seito Dairy series has in fact not been updated, I'm going to go with a crisp few months. I might make a continuation. If I don't, then I don't. What is your favorite food? Burgers. Bro, hamburgers, I am... Whew, that shit got me in a chokehold, bro. I love hamburgers. What is your MBTI? You know, I don't actually remember that. That's the Myers-Briggs test, right? Give me a second. I'm going to... I think if I saw it, I would know what it is. I think I was like an iron. You know what? Give me a sec. I'm gonna redo this. Hold on. Okay, I literally just retook the test. I am an ISTP-A. So, for those of you who don't know what that is, give me a sec. So basically, the I is for introverted. I'm 94% introverted, 55% observant, 97% thinking, 65% prospecting, 67% assertive. So that's what it means. So I am currently an ISTP. I forgot the ISTP-A. So that's what my MBTI is. Have you ever accidentally made someone cry? Because that sounds like something you would do, not gonna lie. I have accidentally. It hasn't happened as much as some people might think, but I have accidentally made someone cry before. I don't remember the context or what I said, but I know I have. And to be honest, I did not feel that bad. I was just surprised that I was able to. Of course, I did like apologize and be like, oh, I didn't mean to make you cry. Like, that wasn't my intention. It's so sorry, whatever. But yeah, I have. What is an anime character that inspires you the most? I don't have an anime character that inspires me the most because I don't think of anime characters like that. It's either can they be railed or do I want to be them? So I don't have a character that inspires me the most. I think I've never actually thought of a character like that. Can I have a hug? No, only because I don't know you. There is no yes, it's just a no. Sorry. Any pet peeves? My God, I have a few. When I'm driving or like when I'm being driven, either way, when I'm on the road and someone's driving in front of me and they leave their blinker on, that pisses me off so bad. Because how am I supposed to know what it is that you're doing? We could be like on like a street, right? Like a regular street with a bunch of stores and a bunch of turns in, right? And this bitch could have their blinker on, which means they either want to turn into a store outlet or they want to switch lanes, and they're just cruising on by with no fuck in the world. I'm like, well, dude, if you're not gonna do shit, turn your fucking blinker off. It's not like you can't hear it. Blinkers make noise. So people who leave their blinkers on when they're not turning anywhere or changing lanes fucking pisses me off. My second one is people who, and this is controversial, but people who put the toilet paper on upside down. So when you pull it, the strip of toilet paper is coming from underneath it, not over it. That shit. The times that I've like been at my neighbor's house and I've taken a piss at their house, I've changed the way they have their toilet paper every single time. And I know that they get pissed off because every time I go back in there, it's flipped. So, but yeah, so long story short with that one, if I go in your house and your toilet paper is upside down, I'm going to flip that shit. I'm going to fix it. It's going to be correct. And then my third pet peeve is people who touch me with wet hands. I don't know if it's a stimulation thing or stimulation thing. Is that what it is? Or if it's like a sensory thing. I don't know if it's a sensory thing of mine or a textile sensory thing of mine. But people who touch me with wet hands, that is so gross. And it doesn't matter if it's like on my bare skin or if it's on clothes. If you have wet hands or even damp hands and you try to touch me, I will move across the room and wait until your hands are completely dry to touch you. I don't care who you are. Like, I don't even let my mom touch me with wet hands. I hate that. That is, oh God, I hate the feeling of wet hands on like my clothes or like my skin or something. It's so bad. Marvel or DC? Marvel all the fucking way. Though I will admit against my will that DC has come out with some good movies. Not as good as Marvel in my opinion. Okay, well, I don't have any other questions. I went through all of them. I'm gonna have a fun time editing this. This is almost 40 minutes long. I might cut out some questions. Thank you to the SCP Foundation for commenting over 40 questions for me to answer. That was fun. If you I'm busy with college, so you're not gonna hear from me after this video. But when I do come back, I will let y'all know, and I will have hopefully some new content brewing up for the summer of 2023. Until then, I hope you all, stay safe, stay healthy, and alive, preferably. If you don't, well, shit. That's just shit, bro. My bad. I guess I jinxed it. But yeah, thank you for listening and leaving your comments and supporting me. It's always appreciated. I wouldn't have gone here so far. I wouldn't have gone so far if it wasn't for my subscribers, which thank you for 10,000. That's insane. So yeah, I totally deserve 10,000 subscribers because the work I have to mentally put myself through to actually push out a video. Whew, sheesh. So yeah, that's all. Bye.